We're going to get started here in just a second. We're going to be making this silver 1/2 ounce round into a ring. So if you want to see that, hang out for a minute. I'm just going to wait until we can get a few more people in here and we'll get started. If that sounds cool, go ahead and tap the screen a couple times for me. This is going to be a size 13 and a half. I haven't done one of these that big before, so this should be pretty interesting. First thing we need to do is punch a hole right in the middle of it, and to do that we're going to go over here to my 12-ton press, and we're going to put it in the center punch here. I'm going to flip that over. This tool is kind of a guide for the punch. It auto centers the coin. So I'm just going to slowly lock that down on there. Check the back. Make sure we got it nice and centered. Here is our punch. Now we're going to have to go all the way over here. There we go. Back over here. There is our center punch. That looks pretty cool. I'll put that in this little container here. Thank you guys for tapping the screen, sending some likes my way. I do appreciate it. And if at any point during this live you'd like to check out my store and see some of the rings I make, I'm going to go ahead and pin this link down here. It should be like a gold chain you can tap on and check out the stuff I make. We just broke 1,000 likes. That's awesome. So our punch is still on our coin. So I can get this plastic hammer and just kind of knock that off. Nice and easy. There we go. I think this is going to make a really nice ring. So the next step is to clean up this inside cut edge. You can see it's kind of sharp from where we punched that hole. So we're going to take a tool like this. It's called a Deburring Tool. And I'm just going to scrape away that inside edge, make it nice and smooth. A little bit more. So the smoother this is, the more likely this ring will come out nice. We'll go ahead and flip it over and do the other side. Oh yeah, silver. Right here, 0.99. It's pretty. Thank you. So I still got a ways to go with this one. It's going to be a 13.5, so that's pretty big. I could have punched a little bigger hole in it, but I wanted to try and keep as much detail on there as I could. It starts at $20 and goes up from there. You can see all my pricing by tapping the gold chain down at the bottom. This I got from the Golden State Mint. I think it's like $15 to $18 for a coin like this. Yeah, sometimes they do split, and usually when they do, it's on this inside cut edge, so that's why I'm giving it so much attention. So the smoother I can keep this, the decreases the chances of it splitting. I really want to make sure that's smoothed out. That actually looks really good. It depends on the coin. Since this is only a ½ ounce, probably like a 16, I would say, yeah. Now we're going to play with a little bit of fire. We're not playing with fire, we're using fire as a tool. We gotta be careful what we say out here. Alright. See if my camera will behave. Bring it all the way down here. It just keeps wanting to tilt all the way up. Goofy ass camera stand. Alright. We'll do it above. What's that tool called? This is called a deburring tool. You can get it at a hardware store. You can get them on Amazon. I think 15 to 20 bucks. Where I got it, it's from Golden State Mint. It actually says it on the coin here at the bottom. They have some really cool designs. I really like their coins. You can get out of jail. What tool you use to cut metal? I can't help you there, man. So here's our torch. I'm just gonna heat this coin up a little bit here. I kind of look for the flame to turn orange, like this. And that's usually when I stop. We'll dip it in some water, cool it off. How's it going, man? We are slowly turning this ½ ounce silver round into a ring. I think it's going to be pretty cool. This is what's going to be on the outside. They want the tails on the outside. See, it worked for Andy Dufresne, didn't it? Going through the sewer. Now we're going to do a little fold on here. Give you guys a good look at our coin so far. Then we'll keep going. Now, for anybody who's just hopped in here, I'm a coin ring maker. I make coins into rings. If you'd like to check out my store, there's a link for it. It's this little gold chain down here at the bottom. If you haven't followed me yet, please consider giving me a follow. Not the average TikTok account, but still some pretty cool stuff. This is kind of an awkwardly shaped coin, so I'm looking for a folding die that it fits in just right. I think I'm going to go with that first one. That looks pretty good. I'm going to put a little cone in here, and we're just going to fold it some more. Thank you guys for the follows. I do appreciate it. And when you're folding a coin, you want to make sure that it's even all the way around in here. You don't want it to be tilted one way so it'll fold uneven. So I like to stop and check it, move it a little bit, and push some more. That actually looks pretty good. Thank you for the roses. I'm going to go ahead and anneal this one more time, soften this metal up. Then we're going to put it on the ring stretcher and trying to get it to a size 13.5. So we're going to have to go a little above that, then fix the shape of it. Zoom out a little bit. Say if you enjoy it, it's not work, right? Got it nice and hot. I'll get as close as we can. Zoom in the next time I do that. That'll be cool. Hey, we got like 600 people in here. 2,000 likes. Pretty solid live so far, I'd say. Just gonna dry this off. Give you guys a look at it. It's looking good. I really like this design. It's really nice. So this next step, tearing up some blue automotive paper towels, and I use these as a barrier between my ring and my ring stretcher, which is right here. So we're gonna go ahead and get this camera set up over here so you can see the ring stretcher. Maybe. There it is. So I've got all these little bits of blue shop towel. I'm just going to wrap those around here so it's not metal on metal contact. We've got a little barrier there. But as these push against each other, it does tear up this towel, so that's why I have so much extra. I'm just going to move this down until it's tight. And as I move this lever up and down, these spines move outward and stretch the ring. So that's how this works. But you know what? I didn't sand this cut edge. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I almost skipped one of them steps. Would have been bad news. Now we get it nice and shiny and smooth. And we're just going to stretch this out some more. And on every pull, I rotate the coin so the pressure's on different parts of it. Stretch nice and even. And I'm going to go ahead and check and see what size this is. It's about a 15. That's pretty big. Go just a little bit more. And then we can start reducing it. Let's see if I missed anything in the chat. Go ahead and plug again. If you guys want to check out my store, order something from me, you can tap the gold chain down here that shows most of my products. If you want to see my full store, you can tap my logo here at the top of the screen and the link on my profile. Let's keep going. Finish this ring up. I am going to wrap it in a little bit of plumbing tape. And that's going to help keep some of this detail on here. So again, we don't have metal on metal contact. I actually like to be pretty liberal with this tape. I'd rather use too much than too little. So we go around like 10 times or something like that. And we'll tuck it in inside the ring. That's going to make a nice little barrier and help keep those cool details on our coin. And again, we don't want metal on metal contact, so I have this little Deburring puck with a magnet on it. Put on my 1-ton press here to save detail, keep it looking nice. I accidentally liked my own video. Y'all ever do that? You just touch the screen, send yourself likes. And you can see the reeded edge is a little smaller than the cut edge. I'm going to flip the ring around and push it in the other way. And since this is pretty much pure silver, it's very soft compared to like junk silver or copper, which is usually what I work with. So I try to go even slower with this to make sure I'm not folding it unevenly. It looks like we still have some more reduction to do. So we're going to go to the next smaller die here. You made one yourself. I mean, it's a pretty basic tool. I got them from a guy on Etsy. His store is called the Unminted Coin Company. And he makes a lot of tools that I use. He makes the cowboy hat tools. He makes the coin cutting jigs. And he makes this puck. His name's Jonathan. He's a good dude. You should be using a depth gauge to be more accurate. I mean, the measurement isn't really on the depth, it's more like on the how it fits on a mandrel. But I suppose you're right, it could be more accurate. You'd be tiring people out? What do you mean? Take this tape off of here and see how our ring looks. Yes. Oh, wow. That looks really good. I'm kind of stunned. Whew. Look at that. That's pretty. It's supposed to be a 13 and a half. It's very close. So I'm just going to stretch it out just very, very little bits on the ring stretcher here. Yeah, you can order rings made by me by tapping the gold chain at the bottom of the screen. I make coins into rings pretty much every day. But these half ounces are kind of new to me. I really like how they're coming out. There we go. Right at 13 and a half. It's actually just a hair over, but I think it'll be comfortable. It should be good. I can actually do this kind of for a living with my ADD. I mean, I've been doing it for about 2.5 years. I have another job, but this has become its own little business. Actually, if you Google coin ring maker, I am the first result. So I'm doing pretty good. Not too bad. Yeah, I use Jason's Auto Punch right here. I actually used it on this ring. I don't use it for every coin, but it is pretty useful. And I also have some of his like bell stuff and some of his dies. I bought it secondhand off a guy who quit, so I actually got a pretty decent deal. And they're great tools. So, yeah. It's good stuff. I also like Legacy brand tools. So these are the first dies I ever bought. They're a little cheaper than Jason's, and I honestly like them better. So I have some of both. I'm a little spoiled as far as coin ring tools, but I have a good reason to be. Looks really good. Now we're going to try and... I guess I'll throw this in Pickle to try and get that silver back on there. Several things from Legacy. Yeah, they make great tools. And I've talked to them a couple times, like through Etsy. Their customer service is really good. No disrespect to Jason, he makes great stuff, but it's a little pricey. And I mean, it's well worth the investment, but not everyone can afford it. So I like to recommend something that's a little cheaper. Legacy is a good filler brand. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just hitting this with a polishing cloth, just kind of make it pop a little bit. I'm polishing it right now. Yeah. And then we're going to put it in a solution of water and borax, which is called a pickle. And that's going to really make this little bit of like milky white fire scale come off of here. And then I'll hit it with a new polish that I have and make it like mirror. It should be like where you can see my reflection in it. That's my goal. We're going to pop it in the pickle right now. Just kind of let it sit in here for about a minute. Let the chemicals do what they do. While we wait for that, if you guys want to hop over to my website and take a look at some of the stuff I make, you can tap this gold chain down here. We're not going to do anything for about a minute, so feel free to check it out. You can also find my website by tapping my logo up here and the link in my profile. just go look around a little bit, check out some of the stuff I make. It's pretty cool. And I don't know, here in about 60 seconds, I will pull this ring out of this pickle and show you guys this thing. This is something I have just started using since yesterday. This is a flex shaft, and it's got jewelry polish on here, and I'm getting some really nice results with this thing. I read that some people quench in pickle. I've seen that as well, but my problem with quenching in pickle is like it's acidic, right? And I'm usually looking right in whatever I'm quenching, and pickle has a tendency just to like shoot out of the container as you're quenching, and I don't want that stuff in my eyes. So I just quench in water. I mean, I suppose I could put on... What do I quench in? Yeah, just base water from the sink. Nothing fancy. Yeah. It's just this container of water. So you can see a bunch of fire scale down at the bottom, but it's just water. And then this is my pickle solution. And here's my Asparagus. Yeah, a lot of people heat this up. It works better if you heat it. I found that I don't need that much of a change, especially with this new polish tool that we're going to use here in just a little bit. PPE. I will be wearing these as I'm polishing. Yeah, I've spilled my pickle before. Like, I had it on here and I took the lid off, but one of these caught and I lifted up and spilled it, and I had like steel tools and stuff, and like I saw it change them. I was like, oh no. So I started, dried them off real quick and scratched all the stuff off. But yeah, this stuff is pretty corrosive, especially with steel. But it works really well at cleaning up silver. So let's go ahead and take this out of here. We will use copper tongs to get it out. And we'll rinse it off in my other water. And it looks pretty good. We'll go dry it off. Make sure we close this. All right, 3,700 likes. Very nice. Thank you for everyone who sent a like or followed me on this stream. I do appreciate it. Baking soda water would be a good rinse. I agree. I need to get some baking soda. So here is our ring so far. Super blurry. There we go. We kept a lot of nice detail on here so far. Hopefully we can keep it. I really like how we get In God We Trust. I actually want to show you guys my first one of these. So this is the first one I made. You can really see a difference and what a little bit of practice can get you. So not everything I do is this perfect. I usually have to mess up a bunch and then figure out how to not mess up. Then I get stuff like this, which is pretty. So now we're going to slide this onto this mandrel here, and I'm going to try and figure out if this reaches far enough. This thing only stretches this far, and then this camera mount only stretches this far. So hopefully we can make this work. And it's also like foot powered. Oh yeah. Well, I kind of like it. Like, that's a personal ring. All the first ones I do are for me. That's shiny, man. What polish is it? It's this giant block here. I'm not actually sure what this is called. It's got a weird name. I need to re-look it up. It's from like England. It works really well. But I'm still trying to figure it out. I just got it. Is it chocolate? It doesn't taste like chocolate. See, it's like Rouge. I got Rouge too. That's this bar. Right? I got it from the same place. I need a buffing wheel. You're right. I do. Either way. Very nice ring. Yeah. Well, if anybody would like to order a coin ring made by me and see it made right now on this live, you can tap that gold chain down there. You can also use the coupon code WELCOME to save 10%. And go check it out. Be pretty cool to watch your ring get made. Thank you. Do I do Swedish wrap? Yeah. I have a couple different versions of Swedish wraps, but I mostly only use them on like very large coins. Shiny, shiny. Show off my favorite part right there. Bam. It's pretty. Well, that's about all I've got this evening. If anybody wants to hop over to my website, coinringmaker.com, and order something, I will get back on the live and make that for you. But since I don't have any work, I'm going to play a computer game. Y'all have a great evening. Give me a follow if you haven't followed me yet. I appreciate you guys stopping by. This was fun. Y'all have a good night.